So, Frank, in the winter, how does, aside just from being wet, does the winter time or cold weather have any effect on the tires?
Yes, but not in the way you may think. When the temperature cools down, the air pressure in the tire changes because the warmer the weather, the higher the pressure. It is not uncommon for when we get that first cool down for a tire pressure warning system to become activated. And it could be 1 or 2 pounds of air has been the change in your tire, and that was just enough to trigger that light. So we want to make sure that people know that to expect that when the weather changes. It'll happen the other way too. Sometimes in the warmer weather, it could trigger the light as it goes 1 or 2 pounds too high. Um, then make sure that you've got the proper amount of air in the tires all the time, and pay close attention to that monitoring system. 2012 in newer cars, it's federally mandated because so many tire failures have resulted in traffic fatalities that have been unnecessary. But unfortunately, people see that as another idiot light on their car, and they think it's just broken, and they don't pay attention to it when they could actually be having a tire problem. So yeah, cool weather doesn't necessarily affect the tires, but it does affect tire pressure.
So, in the cold weather, then I want to make sure I understand you're going to probably have to add a little bit more air in
You
your
will
tires.
probably want to add a little bit more air into your tires, and never, ever, ever look at the tire and say, I think that's enough air, because it's very, very easy to overfill a tire that way and very dangerous. If you're going to do your own air in your tires, make sure you have a high quality tire gauge. There's a number of tire stores in town that offer to check air for free. Service providers like Frank's European Services will check your tires uh, for our customers at any time. So make sure that you just check with your service provider and see if they'll do that for you.
Is that part of routine service as well? If you bring it in for a an oil change and that you're going to check the tire pressure.
Not only an oil change, but even if you came in for a repair, we want to check the tires, the lights, the wipers, steering, suspension, visually look at the brakes. We're not going to pull any wheels off unless specifically requested. We want to look the car over and make sure everything's okay. And that's the best way to make sure you've got safe and reliable transportation.